What's up guys, it's Luke from Learnify and today we're going on another photography adventure. Let's go! Do you guys know the 12-point checklist when you're photographing a landscape like this? Don't worry, here at Learnify we created an awesome cheat sheet and we're going to be using it today to help guide us. Photographing a big scene like this can be really overwhelming. What I like to do, stand back and relax. Yes, it's so easy to rush your shots. When you go to a big scene or a new scene, stand back, take a deep breath and just admire the view, admire what you're photographing, and then slowly walk around the site. When you've done that, things will start jumping out at you and you can really start finding out the views and angles you want to tackle first. Another top tip, if you get a little bit overwhelmed, is I always go big, medium, small. What do I mean by this? Well, big, stand back and get the vista. Medium, maybe photograph the church in a closer proximity. And small, well, that's all about the details. And when you approach photography like this, you can actually make it so much easier for yourself. I've just found my first location. It's just behind me. I had to walk away from my tripod because it's just so windy up on that little point there. Basically, this shot is all about the view. The church is absolutely beautiful, the view is absolutely stunning, and we're going to capture the lovely movement and blur of the clouds by using a slow shutter speed. So according to the cheat sheet, the first thing we need to check off is our ISO. It's going to be ISO 100, one best quality shot. Then we're going to be putting our camera on the tripod because we're going to be aiming for a slower shutter speed. And thirdly, we're going to be using the shutter release cable because we want minimal vibrations when taking the shots. There's a few other things, but these are some of the most important things that you need to consider right now when taking this shot. So I'm going to take the shot now, and then we're going to see what we're going to capture. I'm really happy with the scene I've got considering how difficult the conditions are today. So just to recap, I was on ISO 100, I was on aperture 18, and I was shooting on a 47-second shutter speed using a 10-stop filter and a polarizing filter just to dramatically reduce the amount of light entering in the scene. I've also overexposed the shot, the reason being is because I wanted extra slow motion. Two things that you need to consider, and this is in our checklist as well, is always check the histogram. Reason being is if you over or underexpose an image, you can easily lose detail and you can ruin the shot. And secondly, you want to photograph and focus a third into the scene. Once again, if you get the focus point wrong, you can get some parts of the scene out of focus and this can easily ruin the shot as well. So two really useful things to consider when doing landscape photography. We just smashed out our first shot, so let's go and find our next scene. Just found my second shot and I'm really happy with how this is going to be looking. I've got an organic lead line of the tour, and then it's going to be leading to the church. So that's a really nice setup. Once again, got a beautiful vista, lovely movement in the clouds. So far, I'm really happy with how everything's going to plan. Now, camera settings, ISO 100, aperture 18, and then I'm going to be shooting on about a 45-second shutter speed. This is also with a 10-stop filter and a polarizing filter. So that's all good to go now, so let's just take a couple of shots. I just look like I've been zapped by lightning. But that's the win for you guys. Okay, so I've just taken a shot now, and looking at the back of LCD display, really happy with how it's turned out. It's definitely the strongest shot so far. That organic lead line with the tour really works well. And then you've got the beautiful church high up on the mountain, and you've just got the view dropping off away. This is quite a magical shot actually. Now, let's have a look at our checklist. So first thing we need to look at is histogram. Let's pull that up now. What we've got on the info, absolutely spot on. I've got a nice range in the histogram. That means I'm not peeking out to the left or the right. So I've got no black or no white in the scene, which means I've got full control of the image. That's really good. And I also focus a third into the scene. That means that the shot should be sharp. I'm just hoping there's no vibrations in the tripod because it's so windy. But fingers crossed, that's going to be a really, really strong shot. That's another shot down. Let's go and see if we can find some more shots of this beautiful church. I've just set up my third shot now, and this time it's not about the big view. It's going in like a medium-sized shot. So remember, big, medium, small. So this is my medium-sized shot, and all it is a really simple shot of the church. We've got a lot closer, and we're going to be taking a shot of that. Once again, I've got my 10-stop filter, I've got my polarizing filter on, shutter release cable, ISO 100. I'm going to be shooting on an aperture f/18. And then we're going to be shooting around about 45 seconds because the light hasn't really changed today. That's a really good thing about shooting on an overcast day like today. So we're going to take a few shots and we're going to see what we're going to capture. Just taking the photos now, and I'm happy with what I got. Like I said, it is a very simple shot, but because the church is so beautiful and so simple, I could actually get away with it in my humble opinion. So pleased with what I got. Just check the histogram now, and info, yes, histogram's absolutely spot on as well. I've got full control of that in Lightroom. And then I'm also going to check the focus, and yes, I've got the focus again, so that's absolutely spot on. So really happy with this shot now. So maybe we'll go and look at a few more details. Just taking the shot now, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. Really simple shot, but because the landscape is so beautiful, it really manages to draw the attention within the scene. And that cross, well, once again, it's such a simple cross. It's just really obvious where I want the viewer to look in the shot. So really happy with the shot. Probably the simplest shot I've taken of the day, but I'm pleased overall. I was really pleased with how everything turned out. It's a really challenging day with the wind. It's so easy to mess up a shot. So I think on the whole, pleased with how everything turned out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also we offer a free photography cheat sheet course, which will help take you to the next level. So check this out now.